Oh yeah. Oh yeah. New song. Wasn't sure when it ended. So glad to be here. Wolf Nation Sports. We're going to be going live as we are to talk all kinds of sports, but we will be keeping up, especially with the race today, kicking off here in about 5 minutes, and baseball. But we'll be talking NFL draft. We're having a special live coverage this week, and looking forward to that on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Special Wolf Nation Sports. SFP Sports always will be linked with the SFP Racing Hour and Dirt Report. Wolf Nation Sports pops in and talks sports whenever. So we always keep the SFP Sports together with the Racing Hour, and then the Wolf Nation Sports pops in for special features. Here lately, the racing on Sunday afternoon has been something we've liked to do, but the special Thursday appearance, not done that, we'll be talking NFL draft. Well, the race today kicking off. Tyler Reddick, boy, he's been a monster this year on the track. He is back on the pole. And this guy's got to be the favorite to be the champion thus far in the season. Denny Hamlin is in second. Gibbs won, of course, that big win. He's now third in the lineup today. Kyle Larson expected to be very fast. All these guys are really taking it on the track. They're really pushing everybody. Briscoe, who's had a nice run. He's been up and down a little bit. Hocevar, a nice start. He's been getting better starts out there here lately. Starting positions, I mean. Busher, another one that's racing really good this year in seventh. Eighth is Suarez. I've got to admit, I'm pretty impressed with his team. I just didn't think that they would do well on enough in the qualifying and big tracks, but they've done that. They've shown they can do that. Blaney is another one that has had a fast car all year long. Bubba Wallace, a nice, it's 300 starts today for him. 300 starts. Saw that earlier. In fact, on the show. Looks like I think they're over there talking to him now on Fox Sports. But Bubba Wallace, a nice finish last week around that 10th, 11th. Kind of moved back up in the points. He needs a good run. Bell, he needs a really good run today. Strong car, bad week last week. Priest, real impressed with him. I think he's an up-and-comer this year. I like what he's doing. Chase Elliott just outside the top 10 at 13. William Byron, Mayday, where's William Byron at? He's kind of disappeared of late, but that's a Hendrick car. He'll be fine. 14th, Logano 15th, Stenhouse Jr. 16th, SVG 17th, Mr. McDowell coming in at 17th or 18th, excuse me. Eric Jones 19th, Dillon 20th, Keselowski 21st, Herbst 22nd. Kyle Busch, a lot of talk pre-race about him, and he's not a happy camper. He's got to get this straightened out. Way back in 23. Heim 24, Zane Smith 25th, Gilliland 26th, the Dinger 27th, Gregson 28th, Custer 29th, Josh Berry bad starting position for the Wood brothers. They need to get their act together. That's just not acceptable. The Wood brothers being the back of the pack like this. And Chastain 31st, also a bad start to this race. Nemechek, Bowman, again coming back from the vertigo, car number 48 and 33rd to start. Cindric, disappointing here, 34th. Ware, 35th. Zilich, very disappointing. And the other Ty Dillon, 37th, 36th and 37th for Zilich and Dillon. So we'll be getting going here in just a few moments and be keeping up with the leaderboard and what's going on. We can't show it, obviously. We're not authorized, but we are going to make commentary about it. And also baseball. We're going to be talking baseball a lot. Welcome to those that are popping in, and we hope you like sports. Jump in our chat. We would love to talk with you and hang out with us for a little bit. Just talk sports. It's always fun. Baseball, before the rain, they're still talking to drivers, so they haven't even got the engines going yet. They will be shortly. I've been very impressed. I said it in the show the other night with the Braves and their start. Got to see the game last night. It was kind of in the first inning when I got back up in the studio into the TV. I didn't have it on in the studio, but they got down a run, but they had a really nice game again. The pitching has been outstanding. They beat the Phillies again. They are 5 up on everybody, at least 5. Amazing. I am so very pleased with with their start, and I'm a little bit shocked. I thought they'd be okay, not great. They've actually been great, and they are 5 up on the Marlins, 5 on the Nationals, 5.5 on the Phillies, 7. And boy, what a meltdown by the Mets! 10 straight losses to start the year, 7 games out in the East already, the National League East, 7 games back. The Mets, man, their fans have got to be ticked right now. Oh my goodness. I did watch some of the some other games yesterday, and I was looking at scores from yesterday and reminded myself some of the games I watched. I watched a little bit of the Royals and Yankees. The Yankees had 3 home runs. Sorry about that. The Yankees had 3 home runs, came back. The Royals, they just not got off to a good start. That team's not very good. I like their uniforms though. They're 7-14. The Yankees are 12-9. Not a great start, but they're starting to heat up. But the game I really watched is the Giants. I'm curious. They come back and got the Nationals yesterday after being down. They're still 9-12 on the season. They're not doing very well at all, considering the high expectations, new coach. But maybe they're heating up. But this is a bad start for them. But they'll be going against the Nationals again today. In fact, they are already in the top of the second, no score. Watched a little bit of the Rays and the Pirates. Both these teams have gotten off to a pretty good start. 12-8 for the Rays, 12-9 for the Pirates. 1-0 Pirates today. Who else was the Marlins, who've actually, not great, but they played fair. I didn't think they'd play this good, 9-12. They're up 3-0 on the Brew Crew, who was 12-8. So got a good Sunday going on. So we'll see. But the Mets, going back to them, they are 7-14. They're going against the Cubs today again, who are 11-9. Probable are Myers and Assad, the pitchers, and but Myers has for the Mets has a decent ERA. Assad for the Cubs does not, over 8. The Dodgers keep clicking along as well, 15-5 on the season, 15-5, 6-2 away from home. Amazing. Sasaki again, he's 0-2, over 6 ERA. That's shocking. He has not pitched well. He's walked a lot of people. He's gave up some big hits. Of course, they want to get him going because he's got 2 of the losses out of the only 5 that they have on the season. So taking on the Rockies, and let's see, the Rockies are 8-13. We'll be keeping up all the scores as we go. The Braves do not play until tonight. They get primetime again. That's a Peacock game. I don't like that, but 7:20. If you've got Braves Vision, I think you'll be okay. If you don't, need to get it because they're going to be playing about 140 of the Braves games. A lot of extra features, the drone footage, and all that stuff going on. Hello, Dean Potts. How are you doing? Yeah, we're keeping up with it. Keeping up with they were singing and watching the planes fly over and all that good stuff. I watched a lot of the pre-race. We'll be keeping up with the race as well. So we appreciate you being out there, Chaser. But yeah, and a little bit of football. We're going to be talking about college sports. The Georgia football spring game was yesterday. Georgia football, that was nice to see. And that's going to be coming on too. It's not going to be long. We're going to be seeing a lot of that go on very, very soon. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't know why I'm sorry. I'm not visually good right now. I'm going to check the Wi-Fi. If not, we'll take it down for a minute and bring it back up. But it was fine earlier, but it is not showing good right now. So we will check that, and we're not looking good. So if not, we will collapse it and come back. So when I checked it, it was fine. That's the way it goes sometimes. So it may be it may be all of it, or it may just be Rumble. Rumble sometimes gives me a little frustrations, Dean, if I'm very blurry out there. We're going to have to collapse it and come back because that looks horrible. So we'll see if we'll give it a little update here and see. I'm going to try, Dean, if I can. Depends on how this the Wi-Fi blends here. Right now it's not looking good. I don't know why. Not as bad on Instagram, but if it does not clear up, we will not. I was planning on it, but we'll see. Yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan, to be live. We're going to be covering a lot of other sports, keeping up with those scores throughout the day. And let's see here. Let's check that out real quick. 1-0. It looks good on maybe it's just me, but it looks good so far, decent. So maybe it's just my operation here. So I don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, looking forward to going on, and well, I'll go as long as I can, brother. I'll go as long as I can. So we'll see. And let's see here. Let me remove this and see if that's affecting that a little bit. All right. So let's stop that one and try to do some things here on my end to clear this up. I don't like that. But it's been a good weekend, and a lot of spring games are going to be kicking in, and it's a chance. I know it's a glorified scrimmage, but it is people like they like going out. I've been to a number of them, and it's been many years, but I went to a number of spring games. Had a lot of good time in them. Some of them were well attended, some were not. Let's see here. Hold on here just a second. See if we can get that. Yeah, I seen that, Dino. Seen that. The red team won in the spring game. I was trying to remember which one won. And it was nice to see some folks that will be stepping up. Some of the young ones that's going to be coming along. So it was good to see 27-17, I believe, was the final. And again, like I said, it's there were players that didn't play due to injury recovery, and we don't want them to get hurt. But it was they had 30 elite recruits in attendance for the game, and that's another thing you do with spring game. You're just putting on a good show for them and hoping they'll come. Of course, they're looking at the money nowadays. I don't think. But one of the highlights that we saw was the quarterback Beaver connected on a pass to Caden Prothro, who may move to tight end as a wide receiver. This guy can do it all. He can line up anywhere on the field. Fast, big body, good hands, can run any of the routes, and that was nice to see. Let me see if I can pull this up really quick, and we'll show you that from yesterday. And hold on here just a second. And this was that throw.
Well, they come up with another stop, right?
And you can see him out there on the right. That's the way you do it. So, and that was, I believe, the last score. So very nice. Always exciting out at 3:18 left in the fourth. True freshman from Bowden, making Bowden happy. They're taking their time with this race, Dean. I don't know what they're doing, but that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Let me stop that. But I was looking for the stats off of this game, and we'll see. Nothing I get. Not that it matters. Stats don't really matter. I was going to see what he ended up with, but we'll see. But that was good. It gives you a little taste of it. The red and black Sanford Stadium. Let's see if we can get those stats real quick before race kicks in, and we'll catch up on the baseball. Well, let's see here. Where's that at? Not wanting to be cooperating here. I should have already had it pulled up. My fault. Let's see here. Gunnar Stockton he was 7 of 12, 76 yards, throw a touchdown to Jaden Riddell. The attendance was 31,000. That's not bad considering. I remember the day it was sold out when they really started turning this thing around. What else do we have here? Maybe this will give us that. Get in them cars, boys. Get them fired up. Let's go. Let's see if this one shows my stats. I don't know if it will. If not, I'll find it later. But anyway, got that out of the way. You got to get past the spring game to get to the fall games. And it won't be long. I mean, here we are, better than halfway through April. And it's not going to be long. You're going to start to see that. So I'm looking forward to it. So loving it, loving it, loving it. All right, let's see here. And again, I don't know why that is looking the way it does. That's unusual for us. It goes from good to bad. So we'll see if we can clear that up. If not, we'll reboot. Just a handful of watching. But if you're watching and I have to do that, I'll let you know. We may do that anyway. I'm not sure. Not too sure why that's happening. Very unusual. And I checked everything. Engines are fired up. But we'll see. Well, I wish we was fired up. We're fired up. Ain't good at all right now. The only score right now is the Pirates are leading the Rays 1-0, the Marlins 3-0, as we said. That is the only scores right now in baseball. Lots of games a little bit later this afternoon. And we will see. Run a test on this again. took one of them down. We'll run out. We may have to reboot. If we do, we do. Come out, come back in. We won't end the stream. We'll just we'll try to preserve it. Come back in. Yeah, it's definitely off, and I'm not sure why. So I'm going to reboot. I'm going to reboot my system. We will save. We will save the stream, and we'll come back into it. Let me reboot this thing. We'll come back in a minute. All right, back, and we'll see if this does better. It'll still be updating. So back Dino, and hopefully everything else will kick in. Just had a Wi-Fi issue, so hopefully that'll get better. And we will get going in the race. They're on the track, getting them tires warmed up and ready to go. Maybe Dean's still out there. The Chaser did a good job yesterday. All right, back in the studio here. Let's see if we can bring us back up. Let it pick up again for those that were watching. All right, 1 second. There we go. Much better. Mo better. Now let's update the stream on this one. Sorry about that, folks. Things happen. Things happen. We're going to fix it though. Live things do that. And the race, not going yet. All right. We do like to do it though. Let's edit this and take something out. And then sometimes you got to remove stuff to put it back in. And we're going to do that. Bring it back up. Kind of like the $6 million man. We can rebuild him. And we are connecting just in time. All right. Should have all the boats going. Make sure it's connecting up over on this side. We'll get going. Going through the lineup. We did that earlier. Reddick, can he do it again? Wow. He is the man. He has I've seen a picture of him and his girlfriend. And she's quite a bit taller than him. Oh, she's good sized. But he's pretty big man. He may not be in stature, but he's racing big and making that money. So we'll see. Should be a good race today. The weather is colder today here in I don't know what it is in Kansas City, but after the storms came through, we had a pretty good storms last night. We came through last night. It's cooler today. It's beautiful outside. So one of those days you want to get out. I choose to be in the studio so I can talk sports, but we'll go back over again. We were mentioning the Georgia spring game. Other spring games will occur, and looking forward to the fall as the camps open up and get to see our fave, one of our faves, college football again. Cannot wait till this coming season. Always. It's one of my favorite times, but this is a good time too. And as I was mentioning, the Braves have got off to a great start. Whatever your team is, come in and give us some commentary about how they're doing. And there's a little bit of shocks. I mean, the Mets losing 10 in a row. Unbelievable. They're already in the basement of the Eastern Division, 7 games out. You know, Mets fans, they're going to be letting them have it. The Houston Astros are last in their division, but there's only 3.5 between the top and the bottom of the division. This is a really good division, but Houston in the basement, a little shocking. The Toronto Blue Jays are in the basement in their division. The AL East, 5 games out already, and with all those loaded teams up there, the Yankees especially, they're loaded too. They need to get on it because they're going to get behind too far to catch up. They are 1-7 away from home, and they're only 500 at home. The Toronto Blue Jays was supposed to be in contention for this division. It's a long season. We're only 20 games in. There's a long way to go, but it is shocking right now what is going on against them. And what is killing them right now is their pitching. They have given up 105 runs against scoring 73, a difference of 32. And I don't know why you want to go down. Okay. So it's a difference of 32. Just everything wants to be a pain today. A pain. A living pain. All right. I didn't affect it up there, so we'll see. All right. Just one of those things. You got to love it or not. Dana, they're ever going to get this race going? I mean, what in the world? I mean, you know, sometimes they roll around too long, I think. You know, I know they're starting a little bit earlier, but come on. Let's get ready to rumble. I mean, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's roll. Chase Elliott. I don't know if Dean made it back in. We may have lost him when we clicked out, but we're back. Things are looking better. Hope it stays that way. And we'll get into this race and talk racing. A lot of nice runs this weekend on the dirt tracks. Shout out to Brandon Francis Racing. Nice. Jessica Powell Racing. I mean, wow, they're just I ordered some merch from them, and there was some big fights too. Again, there were some big arguments. I saw some of those. It's heating up on the dirt tracks. They had to get some separation going on. There's some people not happy with what's happened. Oh, it's racing. they get they get mad, and they surely got mad at that one. All right, let's see here. We'll run a little test and see see where we're at now. See if we can just in short. Looks good though. I think we got it reset. And there we go. We're off. Reddick got the nose out front, still holding on, and we'll see it shake out. This is a good racetrack. You can get several wide. We got 4 wide at one point right here, into the turn. Amazing. You could even possibly see 5. That'd be crazy, but I wouldn't be shocked to see it on this wide track. And we will see as they get going. Gibbs, can he win again? Can he put the pressure on these guys? He's already sliding back, but it's early. Larson, he's going to be fast today. Wouldn't be shocked to see him win at all. Hamlin has moved ahead of Reddick, but all these teams are good. They're spreading out a little bit. Briscoe coming along. Reddick says, no, you don't. I'm going to be ahead of you. Blaney is still about the same pace. Bubba's moved up a spot, Suarez, by passing him. So we have 3 laps in. So there we go. This is it looks like the weather's good. I think it looks like the attendance is pretty good from what I've seen earlier. I didn't get to see it rising went live. A lot of people might have been walking around shopping, getting things, but it looked like there was a pretty good crowd. There was a lot of talk about this the shocking Bristol. It was a decent crowd, but it was nowhere near a sellout. Maybe a little bit less than half. And I know the Chaser talked about that. There was an article about it. There were some alarm bells that went off, and because they have not. That's usually that track. There for years. That thing would sell out every race, but not now. And that there were other things going on, but still, that's a little shocking. And NASCAR will be paying attention to that. But they've still got a problem. They've got to get more people in the seats, and I think they've got to get more name recognition among these young drivers. They've got to, they've got to find a way to through many different marketing means to get people fired up about it and get them back in the seats. But I think a lot of sports. I think this is a problem that all sports have. Is that they think once they built it that people are going to keep coming forever, no matter how much they charge, no matter how much they raise the prices to get people more and more and more. And Americans are at a breaking point, and they're having to make financial decisions on their financial decisions on what they're going to spend their money. And I've heard it so many times that people say, I can't afford to take my family to see the Major League Baseball game or to the race or whatever. And then they were frustrated about things that have happened, changes. They don't like the product that they're putting out there, whatever it is. And people have gotten away from it, and they're used to being away from it. And they'll say, I'll check the stand. I'll watch the last 20 laps or the last 2 laps or whatever and save all the money. We'll go take a vacation somewhere. We'll put that money towards a vacation or something. And people can't go out of town but a few times, maybe 2 times where they used to go 5 or 6. They're going to start changing that. Or maybe they went to, 5 to 6 races. Maybe they choose 2 or maybe they choose none and just save the money. But it looks to be a good crowd, at least in this on this main part of the grandstands. It looks to be pretty good. So that's what they need. I mean, they need to get people out there. But again, with gas prices going up and diesel prices, and you just you're going to have a hard time getting people to go out. And then you get in there, and then they're getting fleeced over the cost of the stuff that they're stuck there for hours. And it's like going to the movies. You go in and they've already killed you on the ticket price. And then you go up and they've got these crazy prices for little bitty products. And you're like, nope, I'll eat before I go in, and I'll tuck a candy bar in my pocket. If I get hungry during a movie, I'll eat the candy bar. Bottle of water in the other pocket. I mean, that's just the way it goes. That's what people do. and they're outpricing the people. It's moved ahead, and a lot of these major league professional sports have outpriced the American consumer. Mostly, there are still people that's always going to have the money. They're always going to go, but that's not everybody. And I think again, the identity problem. They don't have star. Maybe within the sport they think stars. Yeah, I had to fix it, Dean. I mean, it happens. You should have told me. You're supposed to be helping report. Good thing I was checking. um, Roving reporter, you got to report. But they have an identity problem. They have a money problem. And then they had a problem with people didn't like the changes they made. It's a recipe for disaster. And if they're not careful, and there are those out there, if they're not careful, there's going to be somebody come along and they're going to go old school on them, and they're going to start something, a rival league, and go old school, and people are going to flock to it. That's affordable, and they'll fight it. They'll absolutely fight it. But that's what happens now. The NFL has not really ever been challenged. Those other leagues never were a challenge to the NFL. And baseball set up with the minor leagues. You've never really seen that. Basketball did back in the day, but the NBA has a stronghold. But in soccer, it has definitely been challenges to how you thought it was on your end. No, it was on mine. I always check my other channels so I could see it, and I've not seen that in a while like that. You can always have a dip, but that was like, whoa, what the heck? But I think they need. I think they need to do a better. Pulled up the scores, and that's what happens. Well, yeah, Hamlin's out front. He's done a good job of that for the last 2 years. But can he hold it? I mean, for right now, he's tearing it up. But I think any of these guys at the top, Briscoe's making a nice move. Hocevar up there, but anybody at the top here, right here, including Bubba there, Mr. Chaser, he could win this thing. He is up there. He's climbed up a little bit. He went from 10th. He's up to 8th now, I believe it is. And so Byron, there's a Byron spotting in the top 10. Whoa, the ground just shook with Hendrick. They've just had the hardest time getting to the front, except for Larson here lately. And Larson's having a nice run. So, it's funny watching him pre-race, standing with the other drivers and stuff, how short he is. He's another one that's not very big. He races big, though. Mr. Bell, he needs to have a good run. He's 14th. He's not. I mean, what has happened to him? Toyota's blasting away, Dean says. Well, they're in it to win it. I mean, I'm not saying the others are not, but they've been taking it to them lately for sure. I like Fox. I like watching the race on Fox. I think they do a good job. Some of the others, there's a couple of them. Well, one other one I like, but I think Fox does a good job with the racing. So, they've started getting. They're announcing that I think got weak for a little bit. Some of the ones that had for years kind of moved on, retired, come back in specials here and there. But I think they need, no, Bowman's not inside. He's not going to be inside. I mean, this guy started at the back almost. He was like 37th or something like that. I don't know. Just horrible. And, he just needs to do better because the guy's – he's just not getting it done. And, I know he's had some problems, but he wasn't tearing it up before. There was a time when he was doing pretty good. And then it just melted for him. And they say Fox is the best. I'd say they are. I mean, I really do think they are. Let me see here. Let's get over here and we'll pull this up. Get some of this other stuff down. Well, it's been a really good weekend. I've enjoyed the weekend thus far. It's been a lot of fun for a weekend. Enjoy, like I said, watching the baseball, watching a lot of games. We've got the MLB package, and for the cost of it, I really do get a lot of games. I can't complain there, even though $150 is $150. I still want to get the Braves Vision. Haven't done it yet, but we'll definitely do that soon. And let me get over here too. Hang on just a second. Just a bit outside. All right. Pull up this leaderboard and keep up with it best we can. But might see some wrecks today. This race will be pretty fast. We'll see some wrecks. Thank you for those coming in on Rumble side. We appreciate you. Got a dog barking in the background because my granddaughter moving around.
I'm going to a new church on Sunday.
All right. But you enjoyed what there, Dean? Bangalore? So I enjoyed you getting that yesterday. It was nice talking to him. We'll get them in the studio. Reed Family Racing. A couple of nice young men, a great dad there. I enjoyed that. That little spot. And we'll get them in and expand a little bit. I'm glad to see some others have brought them in. Had somebody was saying, let's support these guys, and that we were out there trying to help them. And, it's good that people recognize that. Again, folks, for tomorrow night, we've got a nice ministry meeting, something I've been trying to put back together. Some friends of ours we've had on separately are going to be on for a special 7 p.m. live tomorrow evening. And we'll have some music and we'll have some testimony and word. And we'll talk about what the Lord is doing. Looking forward to that tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And we have been working for weeks. And that's no lie, just trying to get schedules lined up. And I know how that can be. So it's not always easy to pull people in like you would like to. Let's look at baseball again. No real changes. There are a couple more scores. Cleveland's now leading the Orioles 1-0. Marlins are still up by 3. The Twins have now scored on the Reds. They're 1. The Reds are nothing. And that's about it. The Pirates are getting over the Rays 1-0. But there's no score. It's a rain delay. Top of the first. Royals and Yankees. It is 0-0 in a rain delay. Weathers against Let's see. Weathers is pitching on that, so they froze that game. And again, it's the end of the third. The Giants and the Nationals 0. Boy, I'm telling you, the Giants really need this win. They need it. So we'll see what they can do. Pirates have got off to a nice start. I've been excited to see that. You need your small market teams to do well. There's a lot of them that have not done very well at times. And I know it's hard in those smaller markets to get the money for the team, but Pittsburgh's been one of those that's challenged. There's always been a chance that Pittsburgh could leave and go to another city. There's such a history there. I know the league would hate that, but it's hard for them to compete in today's. Like the Athletics, they probably need to leave. I've said that one of these teams needs to go to Nashville. I think it'll be of course, they need a stadium where they can. I don't know if they could even use the football for that, but they'll need a stadium. But Nashville's is definitely one. There's a couple other cities out there that's looking for baseball. And some of these, the Marlins need to leave. They're never going to be supported right in Miami. It's just not going to happen. Pittsburgh, Oakland. And there's a couple of others. But there are some small market areas that have done nice and they've done well. And we'd like to see that. So, you don't want to see anybody struggling on that. You want it to be as even as you can, across your league. I don't want parity to the point of everybody's 500. But I just say that you don't want teams just consistently bad year after year after year. Like Atlanta. But the Braves have done well this year. And hopefully they'll stay healthy. That's the key. Is can they stay healthy? And so the race goes on, 27 laps in, no change in leadership, people moving around. Bubba's he's still in the top 10 there, Dino. He's still there. And so we're glad to see that. Get on the Bubba train, buddy. Oh, me. All right. But I do like these bigger tracks. I'm not a really I can watch um I can watch some of the short tracks and some of them are okay. They're not great, but I can dig at some of them. But I like the speedways, super speedways. Suarez, they're highlighting. He has slid back. He fell out of the top 10. Um, and Elliott right there, kind of nosing around. That's kind of where he ran last time. He never really got moved off of that. He just uh, it's really shocking. I know that you would think this deep into the season, Hendrick would have this figured out, and I don't see it. They are not dominating like they normally do. Larson has done the best, but they're getting smoked by some other teams, and I'm sure that's going to cause some a lot of conversations that we're not privy to. And let's see here. All right. Pull this back up. The Advent Health. I did see that Bubba had the Boys and Girls Clubs of America as a sponsor. That's pretty cool. All these teams, to make it work, they get these one race sponsorships. It's really different. I mean, a lot of none of the cars stay the same all year long. You used to see that. Now you see some other ones that come in and help out with that. Pit stops, people stopping in on green flags. Bell's made a nice recovery, kind of moving back up. So we'll see. We'll see where they're at there. Yeah, we got some green flag pit stops going on. And we'll see if still no wrecks, no blown engines, no tires going down. Some good racing, kind of spread out right now. It's a pretty big track. Osavar still knocking around the top 10. Bubba's moved up again for right now with these stops. Gibbs still running well. I imagine he's still riding off of the adrenaline rush that he had as he did so well the last, that race he won, and I was proud of him. A lot of it, in racing, like anything, there's a lot of haters, and boy, did the haters come out on Gibbs. Boy, they were just trashing. There were many of them out there just trashing this guy. They can't stand him. That's just the way it goes, and that's part of the people have their race car driver, and they don't like others, and so they look for any opportunity. Of course, they were, saying things like Grandpa bought the race and all kinds of stuff. I mean, come on. Oh, we joke about stuff, but we're not up here, trashing them and stuff, but it's pretty brutal online. After I went and looked at the comments of some of the posts about the win by the Gibbs, boy, they were not happy about it. That's one thing, but man, they were trashing him all over the place. And I get it. He's a cocky kid. I mean, he's a young guy, and people don't like that. Older people may not like his brashness, and he may develop. He may be the replacement. Him and Josefar may be the replacements for the bad boys, because I don't think he cares. But when you look at him or a Hamlin or a Chase or Reddick, there's differences there. I mean, he comes up at it from a different perspective. He does. His look at it. He's been cocky the whole time and he's been moving up the leaderboard in these races. And I'm sure there were people that didn't like that Mom was in the car and all that. But I just thought it was a pretty cool moment. Sometimes you just got to back up and say, "Hey, he won. He got it. He got the win. He's let him alone." So as they cycle through these stops, we still got Hamlin, Reddick, Larson. Well, Larson, let's see, Wallace. Bubba making a move up. Hocevar, I don't know if he's pitted yet. Blaney, Chase, and as these people, the leaderboard is going to change a little bit. Larson's coming back out now, or coming in now, excuse me. So we'll get cycled through the green and kind of reset the order in a minute. where they're at. But pretty cool though. Good race, beautiful day there. Good clean racing so far. Nobody's looking at some of the times here. Larson, let's check his. As he's in the pits and see where he ends up on this nice one, 9.4. Very nice. Very nice. So we're seeing different ones come in. Reddick, Hamlin. So we'll see. Gibbs 9.3. And what was it? Spun Dinger around. Blaney hit Dinger in the pits. Well, as long as it did do damage to Blaney's car, I don't care. I don't want to see them do that, but it's going to happen. I mean, when they're coming in, you're going to see that. I mean, things are going to happen. So, I like watching the pit crew, sitting here watching the guys get their last bit of fuel and get moving out. Yeah, seen that spin. So that's cool. Oh, there'll be some payback on that, I guess. People get mad. We'll see. Hamlin, Larson, Reddick, Gibbs, Herbst. Excuse me. No, that was the get back around to the thing. The Dinger 2 laps down. No joke. Custer, Busher, Briscoe, Wallace, Byron, Priest, Bell, Elliott. 44 out of 80. Get to the stage. I'm not a big fan of the stages. I'm really not a big fan of them at all. I would be glad if they ever remove that. So I just don't like that. I like to see them have to really manage this race all the way to the end when you do that. I know they get extra points and all that, and you get everybody packed together for the pit stops, but I just like to see them going. I think the endurance of it, it's almost like a reset, even though they're trying to get in out fast. They take their time, slow down, talk to the team. I mean, it's like a timeout, and I just keep them going. I always like the endurance of that because it is hard, but that's part of it, and that's what weeds out some of them. Yeah, Hamlin trucking along. Larson, it's a long way to go. 2:22 to go. Reddick, Gibbs. Gibbs is, but they're spread out. I mean, there's quite a few seconds between them. So Hamlin's on it right now. Remember what happened to Larson last time, though? It didn't last, but he's got it right now. He's had a fast car all year, no doubt. Very fast car. The Rays have scored 2. It's now 2-1. The Tampa Bay Rays over the Pittsburgh Pirates, 2-1 in the middle of the 5th. And the Cleveland, we're not saying that word, Indians, 4-0 over the Orioles. 4-0. The Bats have woke up. Twins are still 1-0. The Marlins are still 3-0. That's the only changes to the score so far. Still a rain delay. Royals, Yankees. I watched quite a bit of that game yesterday. The bats were really good for the Yankees yesterday. And but like I said, I thought that the Giants were going to lose again, but they come back and got the win. They're actually 6-5 away from home. Interesting to see those things. And again, the Braves play tonight. Can they sweep this series with Philly? I mean, the Phillies just do not. Their fielding yesterday was suspect. I mean, they're mishandling the ball a little bit. Lost one there, and just didn't look. They don't look like the Phillies. There was some, they just didn't look the same. They're 8-12. They're 5-9 at home. This is where they're at. They're at home. The Braves are 14-7, 6-3 away. got a winning record away. Showing Holmes against Painter. Holmes needs to have a solid start past the fifth inning. I mean, the third time through the lineup, Holmes has been getting knocked around. That's where he's gotten in trouble. So Painter 1-0, 3.77 ERA. Holmes 1-1, 3.32. Like I said, he's done good. He's just the bats hopefully will be good today. But the bullpen has done well. Like I say, they are leading the league in shutouts. They're leading the league, or I think they're still leading the league in ERA. And I mean, that was the worry. Was there? Dean said Hosfar had a pick gun, broken the pits, 15-second stop. He'll be mad. If that was Bush, he'd be cussing somebody out right now. Get on the Bubba train. That's supposed to be. Get on the Bubba train, not out. On. That's right. All aboard. Oh, let me pull up something a little different here. One thing here. I'll give you a little bit of stats, not too many. Let me see here. Get this thing to quit. You know, that's the crappy thing about going to sites is sometimes they give you things that pop in the way and you have to mess with it. No change in the lead. Hamlin out front. Let's see here. That's not what I wanted. Go back. Okay, here we go. Let's see. All right. Alvarez for Houston is leading the league in home runs with 9. Aaron Judge, who I watched him crank yesterday, he is at a Jordan Walker for St. Louis is also at 8. Gunnar Henderson, shortstop, 7. Brandon Lowe, Pittsburgh, second baseman, 7. So see some of the leaders. Trout has had a nice for the Angels. He's had a nice start. You know, I always thought he would leave. The Angels. It looks like he's very likely to end his career there. It's a rarity. It's a shame he's never going to experience World Series, looks like, in his career. But I give him a lot of credit for staying there and being loyal to that team. And, you know, you like to see that. The Dodgers pages, he's been killing it this year. He's leading RBIs with 21. Alvarez again DHing with 20. Nico Horner, Cubs, 20. CJ Abrams, Washington, 19. And Drake Baldwin, who's had a nice start to the season, he also has 19. Cruz for Pittsburgh, 19. Hicks, the catcher for Miami, 19. Brandon Lowe, Pittsburgh, 18. We'll see a number of people. Soler, used to be the Braves, also with 18. Sal Stewart, 18, and James Wood. A lot of people at 18. So pretty cool. Let me see here. Leaders and Pages is leading at 389. He's just been ripping it for the Dodgers. 389 and 350 for Xavier Edwards. That is hard in today's baseball. Denny lapped Kyle Busch. Well, he's not having a good time right now. There's no doubt. So we see who else is here? Over 3, we've got Lopez for Miami. He's at 346. Also at 346 is Diaz for Tampa Bay, the DH. 341. Simpson for Tampa Bay. 339. Ben Rice for the Yankees. 338. Alvarez, we mentioned earlier, bashing all them home runs and RBIs. Over 3 as well. Bunch of folks here. Drake Baldwin is at 318, so you can see he's got what a hot start he's got off to. So there's a lot of people over 3. It'll start going down as we get deeper in the season. So we will see as we go. For triples, Corbin, right fielder for Arizona, he's got 3 this year. He leads the league, and there's a bunch with 2. And let's see. Let's look at some pitching. Let's look at the ERA leaders. And Soriano, Angels, 0.28. Elder for Atlanta, 0.77. Like I said, they've gotten off to a nice start this season with the ERA. And Elder's been one of those that struggled in previous years with injuries, with getting that bat in, and he would get bashed around a little bit. Waka, KC, a 1. And let's see if we want to pick anybody. Sanchez for the Phillies has a 1.59. Like I said, as a team, Atlanta has done very well. So let me go to let's see here. And we will see for the National League. Let's pull up just the National League and look. And Elder for the National League has the best ERA for the National League right now. That's very nice. Very good. Chris Sale, who had a nice start yesterday. Remember, he had that bad start. He is 17th in ERA in the National League. Grant Holmes, who's pitching today, he is 23rd. Like I say, the ERA is nice. He just had that bad inning, had some walks, and just got knocked around a little bit later in the game. 3rd time through. That's where his Kyle Busch is in the pits. Tire wear. He's wearing them out. Well, he ain't doing it by racing, brother. Oh. Pull back up these things. Hello there, Dark Line on Instagram. God bless you today. Thanks for stopping by. Talking a little sports, a little racing, baseball. We're going to be talking a little football here before long. We talked about the Georgia spring game a little bit. We'll talk about the draft. Remember, we're going live for the draft. We'll be talking about that, watching them as they make their picks. And can't wait for that. So I don't love the NFL as an entity. I love watching NFL though. I do like the game. I love college football. I'm not comparing the two at all. So people for years people say, "Oh, I hate NFL," and I wonder how they feel now because everybody the excuse for the college that I always heard from all the fans that bashed the NFL was they only did it for the money in the NFL. College did it for the love of the game. Well, that's changed. Even if I don't think that was 100% true before, it's certainly not true now. The money's there. People say, great, they deserve it. So what's the difference? Now they're moving around. And there is I need to find the interview. The coach used to be the coach is Cinder now from the great state of Alabama for Auburn University. He is trying to present a bill that's going to limit how much these players can change teams. He said it's ruining college football. They would give them they would limit how many times you can move in your career, which I think is probably the right thing to do, with some exceptions being, we still couldn't do it anytime he wanted, but the coach being, fired or whatever, or stepping down, leaving the team, whatever's going on. 1 or 2 times was going to be the max. There's players moving every year. And, and then he also wanted to limit how many years these players can stay in in college playing. I mean, there has been a couple of players that have, through all the different red shirts they got, they were there for like 7 or 8 years. He wants that limited to 5 maximum. I don't think that's outside the lines. I think it's, because he said that's taking someone's spot that would be coming up. And, got to move along. They did this years ago in college itself, where there were these people, they just, I guess, are loaded with money or something. I don't know. And they would just hang around college. They never would, like really graduate. They keep changing their majors. They keep taking everything. They just loved the college lifestyle so much. They just kept staying. And it was limiting new people being able to get into the colleges. Some of these, they're mad. People want in them. You take any of them, but I'm here in Georgia, University of Georgia. Thousands of kids going there. There's thousands graduating every year, but there's more that want in than can get in. But you have these people that were there for, not talking about going into graduate school or anything. They're just hanging out a 4-year degree, hanging around for, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And so they started tightening up on that and making it where these folks had to do something to get moved out of college. So, but, I need to pull that up and show it one day because it wasn't real long, but I concur with a lot of the conclusions he had. I'm not saying everybody has to or should, but I do think we need something done where these players can't move as much. You put in, I mean, it's just like an assembly line. I mean, it's like, you keep putting people, you keep putting all this expense into the kids and they turn around and leave on you. Somebody's offered them a bigger package. And, you do see some players still hang around, but, I think there has to be some movement. I'm not saying they should be locked in, but come on, it's like, you've playing for a team. If you got to move, there's going to be, limit that, or you're not just jumping every year. I mean, that's ridiculous. And that's what it became. These players that would, come in, they only play 1 year in college basketball, and they move on to the NBA, it is challenging. They've navigated it, but it does have an effect. I think it's affected some of the bigger teams recently. They just can't keep up no matter how great they are. They're not able to keep up now. It's getting harder for even them to do it with all this movement going on and the money's out there. Even great teams like Kentucky, it's affected them, I think. So, I guess all goes in circles, but I would like to see some. I don't want to limit what somebody can do, but you got to do something to the abusers of a system. There's always going to be those abusers to a system who continue to take advantage, and I think they do have to do something. Now, whether that bill will gain a foothold, I don't know, but I thought it was interesting that it was being presented by a senator who was a football coach, and so interesting. All right, we're back on the race here. Not much change. Larson's at second. Hamlin's still leading. Got Reddick in third. Gibbs, Busher, Bell, Bubba still running top 10. Briscoe Elliott's moved in the top 10, and Byron's still hanging around there. So and you got several outside there trying to get up there. I'd like to see Zillich started way in the back. I'd like to see Zillich get on the move here. Got some rubbing of the wall there. No big wrecks or anything, no real wrecks. And got a couple of a spin out in the pits and tire wear going down, but no big wreck. They're spread out so much. If they wrecked right now, they probably wouldn't. Wouldn't matter anyway. Stage coming up, so we'll see what happens with that. We get down there. Everybody's fighting to get position here to get those stage points and then get in the pits. So that'll be fun to see. I don't like the stages, but it'll be fun to see the pits anyway. All right. I do like the racing though. I think they've done a good job. Great, and again, I mentioned earlier, but great job. Some of these short tracks that were navigating some of the bad weather that was coming through, they did the best they could. I think y'all did a great job. I mean but great attendance at some of these tracks. I'm so very pleased to see that. I'm not saying that was everywhere, but I think with the good weather we've had, people have gotten out. That looks like a lot of the tracks have done really well. I mean, I've seen some amazing purses as well in some of those for drivers to take home. The weather's been great in most cases. There's been some, though, with the rain they've had to navigate around, but they've gotten out in front of it and let people know when they're going to cancel, or just due to that weather ahead of time, so they don't try to make a journey and have all that expense. And hopefully the stands will fill up, and they'll help these guys, so they can get a little bit more money. It is hard to run those teams. Gas prices up, energy, and all of that. Everything goes up. And appreciate the ones that's We've had on the Dirt Report. We've got others coming. We've got interviews coming. Hey, the ones this weekend couldn't make it, but hey, they're busy doing their passion. I understand it. So it's going to be difficult for us later in the week because we are in the season. In the off season, it'll be easier, but early in the week, hopefully, we're still good. So we'll just see. We'll navigate that as we can, and we'll just have to take it as it goes. Scores again. We've got a new updates. It's 4-2 now. Pirates over the Rays. That is in the bottom of the fifth. The Guardians, I'd say that. Cleveland 5-3 over the Orioles. Marlins still 3-0 top of the fifth over the Brew Crew. Perez pitching. Lockridge batting. Twins 3-0 over the Reds. Twins are 11-10 on the season, 7-5 at home. Reds are 13-8, 7-2 away. They got off to a nice start. De La Cruz batting. He's a talented player. Astros 1-0 over the Cardinals. Still no score. Cubs, Mets, top of the fourth. Can the Mets get a win? Lindor is batting. He is over 1 today. It's 3-1 with 1 out. And so shocking. And I love it. Cubs are 11-9 the season. The Mets, your New York Mets, 7-14. Wow. A little bit later today, the Dodgers and the Rockies, the White Sox and the Athletics, the Padres, Angels, Rangers, Mariners, Diamondbacks, Blue Jays, Tigers, Red Sox, all at 4, and then the Atlanta Braves against the Philadelphia Phillies, 7:20 from Philadelphia. Holmes against Painter. These are the probables unless they change it. So the bats are starting to wake up on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Happy Sunday to everybody. Hamlin looks like he's mowing down everybody. He's got a fast car today. And he's just clicking along, doing a great job. Good for him. I don't hate him. I'm not a fan. But, he deserves his props. Deserves it. He's just up by almost 2 seconds on Larson. Reddick is hanging on. Reddick's right around. Can he get another win as well? And Gibbs, Busher, it'd be nice to see him get a win. Bubba's moving up ever so slowly in that top 10. Denny won, of course. Well, he's winning. If he stays that far out front, he's going to be winning every stage. Every stage will be his. So we'll see. Let me catch this up a little bit. So we shall see what we shall see. Da-da-da. Hocevar. I enjoyed looking at those little race cars yesterday. Well, good for him, Dean. We'll see who gets out of the pits first. That might be a pass back. Don't forget, on the screen there, you see the QR code for our Substack. We've had it for a long time. We're really going to go with it. Well, a lot bigger way going live will be some things behind the paywall, special programming, be lots of free, but a few programs we've got coming, some new stuff, and some expanded programming on some that we have. That'll be happening soon. Get that. Definitely want to let you know about that. And while we have a moment here, definitely get you some Wolf Nation coffee. Love it. Drinking it today. Love the Wolf Nation coffee. We also have teas. I need to try the teas. I've never have, but I'm going to try the Earl Grey. I'm going to try that. So some of the things you can support us on. Also, don't forget, I'm a lifetime member of Mammoth Nation. You get a lot of discounts. All these are America-based, love the country companies that are out there. You can join for as little as $5 a month. I'm a lifetime member. They run a special a couple of times a year, or at least once. I've seen it 2 years in a row. Hopefully you can get that and enjoy Mammoth Nation. I need to get there and look around. When I do, I always buy something. Great companies. They add to it all the time. You're definitely going to find something you like, and you know you're supporting America-made products and companies that love America. I love America. I don't like it when people put down our country, especially people that live here, just because they live here and enjoy its benefits and bash on it all the time. Don't forget, you can get some Dubby, 10% off using the promo code Southern Fried. Southern Fried, 10% off. I like my Dubby. I like the horsepower coffee energy drinks, but I've got this in the studio as well. Dubby. Got some more shakers as well. You can get the packs. I like all that. Don't forget, if you run a small company, Paywhirl, use that QR code. That can help you out, taking care of those little details that are so very important. If you're going to do that, these are ways you can support us. Also, don't forget Patriot Mobile as well, and using the promo code Cornbread. These are many ways you can support us. You can also go to Buy Me a Coffee, which I can put on the screen right now. There's Buy Me a Coffee, and we have a few subscribers there that support us for $1 a month, and we appreciate that. And it's just ways it puts back into the programming. Reddick had tire issues. Well, let's get back going green, and we'll see how he does. So, pit crew ranks this season: Denny Hamlin 5th, Larson 3rd, Reddick 21st, Gibbs 9th, Christopher Bell 1st, number 1 team on the old pit road. It's important to have, especially when seconds count, tenths of a second count. So we'll get, as they're coming in, we'll see what happens. Coming in, coming out. Get in there and get them going. Hamlin, Bell, Elliott, Larson. Looks to be just a little slow there. Got pretty good run there as they come out. Come down. We'll see who gets out first. I seen him. I seen old boy Larson's out there, but he didn't beat Hamlin out. So not much change. Hamlin, Larson, Reddick, Elliott, Bell, Gibbs, Briscoe, Wallace, Busher, Byron, excuse me. Going back to race, get into this 5 into the stage, 183 to go, 80 laps now left in the stage. Beautiful day in Kansas City. Much like it is, I think, most of the nation, except for those that had tornadoes. Of course, the way it is, you have tornadoes, then you have good weather. Sad to say, but it's nice here. It's the weather prescription by the good Lord was beautiful blue skies in a lot of the country, and I appreciate that. It's nice. This is days you feel like getting out and doing something in the yard, a project, going somewhere, taking a drive, going to an event. It's that time of year. This is not the humid, heat of the summer yet, so that's nice. That's hard when it gets. You just melt, roast, as they say later in the summer, especially here in the southeastern United States. So we'll see as they get ready to go back green. The Nationals 3 up on the Giants, top of the 6th. Oh, yeah, that's not good for the Giants. So we'll see. 4-2 Pirates over the Rays. 5-4 Cleveland over the Orioles. Orioles making storming back. Marlins still 3-0. Twins 3-1. The Reds on the board. Stros 1-0 over the Cardinals, and that's it. And we still have a rain delay between the Yankees and the Royals. So somebody is getting rain. Just not here. We had ours last night. It was, I don't know, Dean, did you get rain? It got a pretty good storm last night. Come out, had the mud puddle out there. It'll all be drying up today because it is beautiful outside right now. I love it. In international, in a little bit of news, the Iranians closed the strait again, or firing at ships or whatever. So let's pray for our men and women on the battlefield, out in battle, wherever. It's we just don't want to see any of them hurt. Potentials there. Potentials. Thank you for everybody tuning in. We've got quite a few zooming in from. So just use that as an expression, zooming in from different places. and we'll get back to racing here in a second. NFL draft Thursday. Don't forget 8 p.m. We're going live. The first pick is a shoe-in. I can't, in any possibility, in any way, see that Las Vegas Raiders trade that pick. There has been some talk at number 2, though. I was looking at, I think that was on ESPN, and one of the announcers and he does a good job. I like him in there. You know, some of those announcers, I don't care for. Others I do. Hold on just a second. Let me get that out of there. Get in the wrong thing. You get in the wrong thing. So you got to get to the right thing. Here we go. So we go over to the NFL side. I think this article is still up, or should be. Let's see if we can find that. Now, of course, now they've moved it as they're adding in so many. But there was some that were, we use that phrase "can't miss." And Reddick, who's one of the announcers for the draft, former player, I really like his announce. I really like how he handles the draft. Let me see if we can find that. But he said if there are some that are can't miss, he had a few, and one of those was the running back from Love from Notre Dame, and he said that teams don't need to pass on him because he's a game changer. He's can run all the routes. He's a good receiver. Speed, power. And let's see if I can find that. I don't see it right now, but I do like that. We'll get more into that as the time gets there, and we'll talk about it. But it is hard to predict a can't miss sometimes. A lot of people think, and sometimes you nail it. Sometimes you nail it. Now, of course, they moved that. We got Copper in there now with his 15 players who will outperform their draft slot. Oh Lord. Breaking news, I didn't see this earlier. Zachariah Branch, who a lot of people want the Falcons to take, was arrested. Come on, dude. You're fixing to make it. You're fixing to get a big fat contract. They say as early as day 2. In Athens on possible misdemeanor charges. Are you kidding me? Obstructing public sidewalks / streets, prowling, and obstruction of a law enforcement officer, according to the Athens Clark County arrest log. He was booked at 1:26 a.m. and released at 3:44 a.m. So he got him a little more than 2 hours of seat time, posting a $39 bail. According to the police report, which was obtained by the NFL Network, an officer alleged that Branch failed to comply with multiple verbal lawful commands to not block a public sidewalk. According to local media, Branch was in attendance for Georgia's spring game Saturday. His brother Zion is a safety for Georgia. There's no more information. So is this an officer overreach? Was he being, obnoxious? I don't know. But, I mean, really? I mean, come on. I suspect these charges will be dropped, but he got him, $39, a couple hours in jail. It's not what you want on the eve of the NFL draft. This I could see this going any way. He could have manned up on him, thought maybe he was being obnoxious, the officer. But you just don't need that. You just need to go on, clear out. You got big time in your life, and now they're going to talk about that every time they talk about you as they get ready for the draft and in the draft. You just don't need that. It's just crazy. Don't want to be that guy, but he's going to be drafted and drafted high. He has two things, really three, but he has two things that, as we say, money can't buy, and one of those is speed. He has amazing speed. All right, Larson out front, Elliott, and then Hamlin passed by Reddick as they're going back live here, and racing down the highway. Hamlin back ahead of Reddick. So Hamlin was able to hold it. So Larson is now moved up. Reddick now moves up again ahead of Hamlin. They go into the pits, make changes. Sometimes the car changes. Track could be heating up as well. I'm not surprised that Larson made it to the front, though. He has had speed. The one that shocks me that is not right up there is Blaney. Blaney has been a very fast car all year long. Bell's really doing good again. Gibbs, Busher, and Bowman. Bowman. So Larson, Elliott, Reddick, Hamlin, Briscoe, Bell. So good racing. Nice, beautiful day. The colors shining on the race cars as they're going around the track. Back and forth since they just got going again. Stage 2, lap 92, 12 out of 85. Gilliland moving up ahead of Cindric. Bubba still in the top 10. Keselowski kind of moving up the pack there. Priest has fell back. Suarez has fell back off this latest turn. But we got Herbst that's kind of up there a little bit. Gilliland, Dillon. And so we'll see. Blaney back in 22nd. Not a good run for him. Not a good run for him at all. Instagram just dropped. That was scheduled. They'll eventually leave me alone, and we'll connect that back up. Let me just fix that. Goofballs. You goofballs. Fun to be on here, though. Good to be here talking sports. Dave in the AM. Cornbread Man. And let's edit the stream here a little bit. And we'll pop it right back in. Doesn't take but a moment. And right back in. Right back on the screen. You can follow us on multiple platforms, like many. Not saying we're the only one that does that, but people ask, and you can follow us in many places. You can follow us, yes, on Instagram, and many. Really, there's over 20, probably close to 30, counting all the MP3s. But the ones we go live at that we're allowed to go live at, of course, is Facebook and LinkedIn, YouTube, X, Instagram, Rumble. Sometimes we go live on Telegram when I think we may be live there today. Twitch, Kick. And then we sometimes we'll be live on Locals. It's another one that we're live on. And we'll be soon going live into our Substack, which you see the QR code for that on the screen. Be looking for that, and live from Substack. We'll be doing some lives there. We're going to go live, start our lives up again for TikTok. Can't go live to it, but we can go live from it. Maybe later we'll get to it, but maybe this evening we're going to try to do that. Do a little live TikTok. A little later tonight, just do that. I haven't done that in a while. But you'll see us on 2 Rumble channels, 2 X channels, and 2 YouTube channels. We do doubles on all those, just because it's there. 2 different sites that we use, and so we just max it out. Later on, there will be possibility of some others, but that's kind of where we're at right now, where you can find us. So it's good to be here. Looking at the baseball again, not much changes. The Pirates have got their 5th run now, 5-2 over the Rays. This is 2 evenly matched teams so far in the season. Cleveland is now 6-4 over the Orioles. They add to their lead. And the Cardinals are now got 3. They're up on the Stros 3-1. And the Mets have now scored their first run. They're up 1-0 on the Cubbies in the top of the 5th. Can they get a win after 10 straight losses. The Dodgers and Rockies are in the bottom of the first. Other games will be coming on live here within the next hour. And it is still a rain delay. Royals and Yankees. And let's see here. That's unfortunate about Branch. I really hate that. Really, really hate that. Let's see here. Let's look at some of Copper's favorites to outperform their position. And I've seen this guy listed before. Cole Payton, North Dakota State. He mentions he was sitting behind Cam Miller for 3 years, finally becoming the Bison starter in 25. 13 games, he completed 72% of his throws for 2,700 plus yards, 16 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. He has the arm to make some tough throws. He has a long delivery, but his accuracy is on point. He has the traits to be a developmental guy in the NFL. So, nice to go back in the pack and look at some of these guys. On the running back side, Emmett Johnson, Nebraska, he says, is a one cut and go kind of back. Carried the load for the Huskers, had 251 carries, 1,451 yards, fourth in the FBS, 12 touchdowns. He's 5'10", 202 pounds, a bowling ball, but a big one. Compact back who displays bursts through the hole and finishes his runs. He was fourth in the nations with 93 forced missed tackles last season. He also has the passing game in his repertoire. So he's very reliable hands. Emmett Johnson from Nebraska. Wide receiver, Zachariah Branch, which I mentioned. He has a chance to be a star. Hopefully they'll drop those charges. And Chris Brazel for Tennessee. Both of those guys. They're not, and Zachariah is not that big of a guy. He's got great hands, great speed, runs great routes. He just has that it factor about him. When you put him on the field, this guy can make it happen in a big way. Kind of compares him to Zay Flowers. I could see that. A tight end from Notre Dame, Eli Raridon. He 6'6", 245 pounds. He makes the tough catches down the field, making lots of plays in the season. Finished with 97 yards against Miami and then 85 against Texas A&M. He finished with 482 yards in 9 games. There's room to fill out his frame. He should be getting better. Could do H-back or in line. Going to be a good one. Expect him to go in round 4. Offensive tackle, he mentions Max Aina-Core from Arizona State. Always looking for somebody later in the draft. Guard, Emmanuel Pregnon, Oregon. Some other players. Center, Jake Slaughter. I've heard good things about him from Florida. He had a lot of big career, 33 starts, over 2,000 snaps at center. He's battle-tested. He is 6'5", 303 pounds. He can drive defenders out of the way to open rushing lanes, and he shows good lateral agility and footwork. He really loves his awareness on stunts. Overall, he's just a really good, consistent football player. He expects him also to go in round number 4. Gabe Jacas at edge rusher, Illinois. He 6'4", 260, 33-inch arms. Multi-dimensional edge. You can do pretty much anything asked of him. He managed 11 sacks, 34 pressures, 12.5 tackles for loss last season. Very underrated. At worst, he's a third-rounder. Really likes watching him play. Defensive tackle Caleb Proctor, Southeast Louisiana. Doesn't have ideal size. 6'2", 291. He's a tweener, but he's fast. He's quick. He had a 4.79 second 40-yard dash at the combine. He had 9 sacks, 13 tackles for loss last season. And if you want to see him play, look at the LSU game from September. He had 5 tackles, 2 sacks, and 3 tackles for loss. Linebacker Jimmy Roldan from Michigan. Really likes him. 6'3", 238. Jumps off the screen. Has the high IQ. Wraps up the tacklers. Good to drop in coverage. So, cornerback, he mentions Terrell, from Clemson, which is the brother, I believe, of A.J. Terrell at Atlanta Falcons. Pons from Indiana. Watched him play with that great season they had Definitely concur. Rivers from Duke. He likes these three at safety. Kyle Lewis from Pittsburgh. He's got 4.53 speed, 6'2", 220. Tackling machine, he calls him. That's nice. He had 100 over 2 seasons, 183 tackles, 24.5 tackles for loss, 30 run stops, 10 sacks, 6 interceptions, and 2 forced fumbles. Wow. I don't care what division you play in. That's incredible. So I like that. Very nice. Very, very nice. Checking in with the race again, the Advent Health 400. Larson still leading the way. Elliott, Reddick, Hamlin, Bell, Briscoe, Gibbs, Busher, Bowman, Wallace. Top 10, Byron, Keselowski, Herbst. So we'll see as they click along. So Elliott's now been passed. We'll see that. So let's get pushed back a little bit now. Hamlin's going to be a contender for this though at the end, I think. But Larson he just got that look today. The Tiger, baby. He has faded before. I'd say somebody to watch for is Bell here. They definitely have been solid in their speed. It's a really good team. They're looking to make up for that bad finish. So we'll see. It's amazing. We've got the 48 car up there, number 9. Byron, number 11. So we're finally seeing some this Hendrick Motorsports. They got to be happy right now. They got them all right up there. Almost all of them in the top 10. Almost all of them. You know, I guarantee they've been doing everything they can to get this team back on track. Been a little embarrassing for them, I'd say. Thankfully, they've had good runs. Some good runs out of Elliott, and Larson's been fairly consistent the whole season. He has done really well. But Ally gets some nice pub today. Running ninth for good reason, not to doing bad. Bowman back from the – I didn't think he'd make it back. I thought maybe he would be out, but they stuck with him. The Vertigo, he is now on the go. And number 9, just ahead of Bubba. About a little more than a second. Or not almost a second. So still, a lot of moves in this stage. This is a great track for passing. High, low, in the middle, doesn't matter. We'll see a lot of changes as they get bunched up. Absolutely. And we'll see here, Lawson, our champion. Can Larson go back-to-back on the season? He could. He's that good. Reddick's had the hot hand, but Larson's back up there now. It's a long season. Starts picking up those points. And if Reddick's right there. So this would be a nice 1-2 run. Hamlin right there. I don't think Elliott's in that bunch yet for being in a consistent enough to be up there around that. But I'd say these 3 right now that I list: Larson, Reddick, Hamlin. With Blaney in there, but Blaney's having a good run right now. So I thought he would be one too. Maybe he'll make it by the end. I think he's also one that could be consistently looked at as a champion contender. Elliott would be in the next group with a few others. So we'll see. But Larson is the dog right now. We saw that last week. He's been doing that some, and then he slips back. So got to watch those late wrecks, get that set up right, and keep going. Baseball. Go back and look at our scores a little bit. Still 3-0 Nationals over the Giants. It's got to be killing this new coach. The pressure's got to be mounting. Pirates still 5-2 over the Rays. Orioles still down by 2, 6-4 to Cleveland. 3-1 still Marlins Brewers. Twins 31 of the Reds. Cardinals 4 now, 1 over Astros. Mets still got 1-0 lead. Dodgers. Rockies top of the second, no runs. 1 hit by the Dodgers. Lorenzen on the mound. Soon to come online within the next 40 minutes, White Sox Athletics, Padres Angels, Rangers Mariners, Blue Jays Diamondbacks. And then when about an hour from now, Tigers Red Sox. And about a little less than 3 hours from now, the Braves and the Phillies. Braves and the Phillies. So we'll see. We shall see. Looking at the going back to this draft, and looking at this first round again, and the Raiders. I don't think. I mean, they need a quarterback. If it wasn't for that, there's a lot of things they could do with this pick. There's no way they're not going to select. I can't see any way they would not select Fernando Mendoza. He is a lock. He looks to be, with all his skill. He's 6'5", 236, live arm, very smart player, can move just enough. He is going to be that pick for them. There's no way they're moving off that pick. Number 2, the Jets, and the Jets have they've got multiple picks in the first round, but a lot of people have Arvell Reese going to him, but if they wanted to look elsewhere, they could. And I think that he will be. I think you want to, get your defense going. They brought in some people. By the way, it was a big trade. It's a fairly big trade. The Falcons picked up, traded one of the defensive players for a defensive player. So them and the Titans, I believe it was, making some trades. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they go with that pick. These teams, there was another trade when we look at, let me go back because there was another trade. This was pretty big. We'll get to the Falcons in a minute. The Giants and the Bengals. But the Dexter Lawrence, who was definitely top of the food chain on that defensive side of the ball, but Lawrence was traded to the Bengals, a straight up trade, nothing else, for the number 10 selection. So they're looking at somebody. They couldn't get him signed. There was he signed a 1-year, $28 million extension with the Bengals, and the Giants will really have a pair of top 10 selections, including their own at number 5. So the Giants, I like some of the things the Giants have done. They've done really good. Got some green flag stops going on. The Giants have done really good of late. They have suffered for so long. They've mismanaged, bad picks, bad drafts, moved some players but didn't give them enough time. All kinds of problems. Bad coaching, but they're starting to put it together. But they gave away a good one here. But they've got some things they want to do, and I think you're going to see a little more of this, especially during the draft. This probably being at his 10. Well, if it's a little hard, it throws some fear in some others. But so we'll see what they do with that. But the Giants, they're starting to come on again. I always like the Giants. I'm a Falcons fan, even though they're mad. But I like what they're doing with Jackson Dart at quarterback. I like this young man. I liked watching him in college. Scatterbo, I know he got hurt last year. Scatterbo, he is. I really like what he's doing there. He's gritty, gets you the tough yards. Of course, the all-pro, all-star neighbors at wide receiver. Darius Slayton's a good one. Of course, getting Darnell Mooney. I like him. Likely at tight end. I've always liked him. He played backup. Ultra talented. I like what they're doing there. So we'll see who they go to. I like Thibodeau that they have on that side of the ball, and they're going to shore up here. They just couldn't. It'll also help them on their money. I like Brian Burns on this team. I like what he's doing. So we'll see what the Giants can do there. So big trade though. Teams just, some of it's money moves, some of it is they're going after somebody. And I like it when teams, if they don't reach too far. I like a team that's bold um, to go get their guy. Sometimes that can be a mistake. Sometimes that can be a bad mistake. But in looking at this, as we look at how this might affect, they now project the Giants with this pick that they gave the player for. Cincinnati's number 10, they project him to get safety Caleb Downs out of Ohio State. He is a great player. With their pick, they're also wanting to go the other side of the ball. They're projecting this mock draft by Bleacher Report to be going after Carnell Tate, also of Ohio State. So a couple of Ohio State players, both of them are considered top tier at their position. And I like to see this. They feel like maybe they've got enough on the defensive. They can pick up some more later in the draft. But we'll see. This mock also has, as I am saying, the Jets taking Arvell Reese, the Cardinals, David Bailey, Texas Tech, Titans. If they get this player, this is a big one. They've got the quarterback already, young quarterback. Every mock, most of them, unless the Jets decide to roll the dice and go that way, Jeremiah Love to Tennessee Titans, that's a great move for them. And then the Giants pick the Browns, Caden Proctor from Alabama. It's a little higher than I've seen him on some of the mocks. But this guy, he's not even the top of his game yet. He's still developing, not even in college. But his potential his ceiling is very high, as they say. Sonny Styles to the Commanders in this mock. The Saints with Reuben Bain Jr., the edge from Miami. The Chiefs cornerback. This has been I've seen them offensive lineman, defensive side. This mock has them taking LSU Mansour, Delane cornerback. Then that Giants pick the Dolphins. Offensive tackle, Cowboys, Jermod McCoy, Tennessee quarterback. That'd be a good spot for him. And just seeing what else is in the top 20 here that stands out to me. Jordan Tyson, another highly skilled receiver, mocked to the Steelers. I've seen them taking different people, but I've also seen another mock that had that. And Concepcion is another one from Texas A&M. He's being mocked to the Browns at number 24. I like this player a lot. Terrell, which was mentioned earlier by Kuiper in the article we read, to Buffalo at 26. Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana, one of those guys that were receiving all those balls from Mendoza to the 49ers is the mock as they have it. And Colton Hood, cornerback from Tennessee to Seattle to close out the round, is the latest mock here. So we'll see. That might shuffle that first round just a little bit as they made that move up and did that trade. So we'll see. All right, checking in on baseball real quick. We'll look at the race. Any changes? Marlins are now 5-1 over the Brewers. So there's some runners on base. So this game is making changes. The Cardinals are still 4-1. Mets up 1-0. Nothing else. Still the rain delay between the Yankees and the Royals. They just can't seem to get up there. Got to stop the rain. I've always thought it'd be fun to watch them play in the rain. As long as it's not lightning, just let it pour down. Let me football players do it. I know they'd never do that. But I just thought it'd be funny. It added an element to the game. Oh, Larson. Just rocking. He's just rocking it today. He's just a monster today, I tell you. Hamlin, Elliott, Reddick, Bell, Gibbs, Briscoe, Ellis, Kozlowski, Busher. So let's see. Any of these top 5, 6 easily could win this thing. But we'll see. Could Reddick do it again, man? He could keep winning. Could Bubba win today? 12 seconds back. I don't think so. We need a little wreck or something, a little spin out, a little brush the wall, tire going down, nobody hurt. Just spin around, get a little yellow, Get this thing tightened up again. Dean, the chaser. Which I know he's excited. Elliott right there at the top. Can't wait. Wants to see if he can get to the front. He's 5 seconds back, though. I mean, what's position when you're all that far back? I mean, it's like, this racetrack, you get so spread out. I mean, it's really you're listed one spot behind somebody, and you're halfway around the track. But Larson is just rocking and rolling. Some good racing today, though. Decent crowd, like I said. There's some empty places, but a decent crowd. Nascar's got to be pleased. Ty Gibbs, Monster Energy, early 6, started 3rd. I like it. The Goodyear blimp. That's supposed to be called the Southern Patriots blimp. I thought we handled that. We talked to the accounting department. It's supposed to be the Southern Patriots podcast blimp. Oh, I don't think much, unless there's a wreck, I don't think much going to happen here up front unless there's a wreck, like I said, until the end of the stage. Larson has checked out, as they say. He's gonna win the next. He's gonna blow this stage away. A little sliding into the wall there. A little brushing of the wall for some of the drivers today. Let's see. Surprises. Keselowski in the top 10. He's been struggling a little bit. He was running good early. Then he just really hasn't had good runs. He's up there today. Good run for him. Some of them have slid back that had some nice runs going on. I like this Herbst. I like the team. I think that team has shown that if they can bring consistency to their game, I like what they're doing. I think they've showed they've got speed to be up there near the top. Not the front, not the very front yet, but I think that's a team that's on the rise. They seem like they're doing really well. I like what they're doing. Hocevar, although back a little bit today, I like what he's doing in racing. And whether you like him or not, he's been of late. He struggled there a little bit. Some of it he couldn't help, got bashed, but Bubba took him out. But they were struggling already anyway. But the teams put him up there a little further, getting in the mix of it. Busher and Briscoe and all them, they've done well. So we'll see. We'll see what they are. Can Gibbs get back up there again? Can get number 2? Can Larson hang on? Hamlin get up there? Elliott at the end of the race. Long, long way to go. Hocevar 13th, trying to make a move. Making a move. And he did. 12th. So we got a lot of Toyotas, some Chevrolets, and you get back to the end of the top 10, a couple of Fords. So Toyota is winning the top 10, or at least half of it. They have the most. They have the most in the top 10, 6, excuse me. Chevrolet with a couple and the Ford with a couple, but Toyota is just rocking and rolling right now. Not all of them, though. There's some of them that have not done good. Byron, 15th. What has happened to him? He is just not. I mean, last year I thought this guy was going to be the champion. I really did. Early on, he looked like he had the best speed of anybody out there in most of the races. And granddaughter's popping in. Have them be quiet. They don't realize all that picked up on the mic. So Chaser's quiet. He's probably up in front of the TV, rooting his driver on. Elliott. Chase, he's excited that he's up there. So we'll see. So look, y'all got some candy.
Yeah. Look, it says 6-7. 6-7.
See what kids do. Y'all got to go play.
No.
I mean, that's it. It's a race, and the only thing you notice is the car number. Kids, the schools,
6-7.
social media. I mean, come on. I don't want to hear that. Good grief. What's the odds that pops on screen at the time they walk in?
6'7".
Oh my gosh. Oh, when you think you understand them, you don't.
Oh, you ain't even close.
Oh, I know I'm not. I'm old.
Do you even know what?
You like racing? You
No.
like it? No, you don't like
Do you
racing.
know what Nito is? Magneto?
No, I don't know.
They banned them from our school
I'm-
because someone popcorn on a teacher's head and she had to shave her
I,
head.
anything that becomes popular, they're going to ban.
she had to shave her
Anything
head.
that's popular, they're going to ban. So because they get tired of hearing it. You know,
No, a teacher had to shave her head because someone popped it on her head.
Well, crazy stuff.
And someone pulled her weave off and said, "Snatch your weave."
Some kids can be mean, and I would light up the kid that was under my control for doing stuff they shouldn't. So yeah, you're watching Dean. I see that. Well, I see you mentioning it. Well, I know, but I know that you're keeping a close eye on your driver, the chase, the chaser. Still a rain delay.
I'm gonna get to the park.
And no changes in the scores yet. Well, the Marlins are 5-1 over the Brewers now. Dodgers have scored 2-0 over the Rockies. 2-0 over the Rockies. Little texteroo coming in. Tonight, can the Phillies salvage a game? Will the Braves sweep them in this weekend series? Can Holmes get his second win? They've got to, I mean, they just can't believe it in Philly. They looked stunned yesterday. Absolutely stunned. Austin Dillon making his way around the track. Way back. Thanks again to all those who have stopped in. You can catch us on live every day. Most mornings here lately with all that's been going on. Some mornings have been too much going on, but I try to come on every morning through the week and on Saturday. And then all of our nighttime programming. Tomorrow night, we have a special 7 p.m. night of ministry between some folks that we really love. I'm so happy we got them back together. Well, just tune in. We'll go live and we'll talk about that. We're going to do our next history show. I really like the last one. And our last guest who was on the history show, they're already announcing their next reenactment they're going to. And I'm trying to get one of the guys, and I know they don't want to have modern stuff, but at some point during the weekend at this event, I'm hoping to have them come in and give us some sights and sounds of the event, not while the battle's going on, obviously, but as they do the Civil War reenactment. So I like that right now. Text my granddaughter back. And Ford Racing being highlighted. Ford Racing is not at the top of the food chain in this race right now. And we will see if they can make some moves. Getting closer and closer to the end of the stage. Suarez, you slid back, brother. So, I mean, Larson just ran away. This really isn't a race right now. The race is behind number one. This is the way it happened the last couple of weeks. Some of them have gotten way out. They did tighten up at the very end, but right now Larson he's not in the same time zone area code as these guys. He's just gone. I mean, over 4 seconds to the next closest one. That's quite a bit in racing. That's a heck of a lot. So racing back in the pack, as they say, but everybody's behind Larson, and it's not close. They can't see his bumper, we'll say that. But there's some people seeing his hood as he's passing people, going around, putting them laps down. Several teams are 3 laps down already in this race. And there'll be more. It's going to go at least 2 down because Larson's going to be passing them, putting the pressure on. They have found their speed. There's no doubt. Good race, though. I like it. No, I know some people just watch for the wrecks. Haven't had that thus far. Been a pretty good, clean race. And also a couple of scrubs, some pit things that have happened, but overall, it has been it's been well done, well done. So we'll see. We'll see as we get here. Less than 10 to go to the end of the stage. Advent Health, 8 to go. Larson, it's tightened up a little bit, but I mean, honestly, it's not that close. Hamlin, Reddick, Elliott, Bell, Wallace, Gibbs, Keselowski. Nice run. Keselowski, Busha, Briscoe, the Killer Bees, Bell, Busher, Briscoe. Blaney's supposed to be up there. He's the other part of the Killer Bees, but he is way back. He is not up there. So 7 to go to the end of the stage. We'll see what happens here. Larson's rocking along. Bubba. Nice run for him today, even though, again, like everybody else, I like that color scheme, though. It looks good. I do like that. Not that it does anything for the winning or losing, but that's a good-looking paint scheme as they highlight the boys and girls clubs. Pretty colors, though. I like those colors. I've liked a lot of the wraps they've had on these cars, on his car all season. I like the way it looks. Some of them, they need help. Aesthetically, it looks bad. But this looks good. I like it. Larson rolling on in, 6 to go. Bubba's about 11 seconds back, so it's good to get. For him, it'll be good to get to the end of the stage because they need help. They need help. Running 6th and you're 11 seconds back. That's crazy. I mean, that's 18 seconds back in the top, the 10th position, Hocevar. It's crazy. That's what happens, though, at this kind of track. 5 to go. Larson is slightly, he's right in line. There's several there running pretty close in time. So I just tightened up a little bit. 4 to go to the stage. I don't see him any way to losing that unless he's to blow a tire or something. He's going to win the stage, get the points, and we go back to those good old pit stops, and we'll see what happens as we get there. Busher, a nice run so far, number 17 today on his number. I like it. Let's see here. 3 to go. 3 to go. Again, Keselowski, nice run today so far. Kyle Busch, no. Kyle Busch there's something going to happen there before long. I don't think this is going to continue on the way it's going. 2 to go. 104 for the overall. Lap 164. Gibbs in 7th. I don't care for this paint scheme as much as the other ones he's had up there. Soon to be 1 to go. A lot of Toyotas, but the Chevrolet has the lead. Final lap before the end of the stage. Larson trucking along. We'll see what happens with these pit stops. Maybe no spin arounds this time. Maybe no spin arounds. 103 to go. Larson, Hamlin, Reddick, Elliott, Bell, Bubba. And there's your stage 2 results. Coming in, Larson, Hamlin, Reddick. There was Elliott just came across. But Larson's smoking them all right now. What do you mean eating and watching the race? So, see, he stays off the screen so he can eat, stuff his face. It better be something good. I'm going to have to do that soon. All right, we'll see what happens in the stage. Text back here. So Dino, the chaser, is eating and watching the race. Pretty happy right now where his guy is at. All right. So we will see. We're going to take a quick break. Mother Nature. Bathroom's calling. We'll put some music on just for a second. And we'll be right back. I have no one to relieve me here. So we'll be right back. And we are back. Welcome back to the show. Hope you guys took a break yourself. Appreciate those that are hanging in there with us. And what was it you were saying, Dean? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we saw that. Stage 2 winner. Got it going on. He's rocking it today, man. He is absolutely rocking it. He is the man. What a beautiful day outside. Stepped outside for a minute. Just amazing, beautiful, cool day, not hot. It's just incredible, really incredible. Good Lord so blesses us. We grop by everything. Some people grop if it's cold, hot, wet, dry, whatever. But we appreciate the rain just as well as we appreciate the sunshine. We have a lot of sunshine today, and that is awesome. Appreciate that. Hello to those of you here from YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, X, all the different places that you're coming from, Facebook, and maybe parts we don't even see. Good sports day. Maybe you went to church, maybe you got home, and then you got back, watched a little sports. Nice to have you there. Anybody wants to come up, let me know. Chat about the race, chat about your baseball team or whatever, or how you think your team's going to do the NFL draft. We can do that as well. We'll see here. Now some of these, get this order reset. Fox on the coverage today. Still a rain delay of the Yankees and the Royals. Pirates still 6-3 over the Rays. Cleveland 6-4 over the Orioles. Marlins 5-1 over the Brewers. Twins 3-1 over the Reds. Cardinals 4-1 still over the Astros. The Mets holding on 1-0. Could they get their win? Bottom of the seventh against the Cubbies. 1-0. Can the Mets get their first win after 10 straight losses? Dodgers 3-0 still over the Rockies. Not surprising there, really. And top of the first now, the White Sox and the Athletics have came on board. The Athletics have played pretty well this year so far, 11-10. It's a shame they don't get supported more. It's a shame, small market for them. They don't really. I just think this is a bad fit. They've got a lot of history there, but I think they need to move this team. And I'm not usually for that, but I think this team needs to find a new home. I just don't think it's ever going to be. It's like Miami. Both those teams need to move and get out of town. The Padres and the Angels, top of the first, just coming online. Should be in the next 5 minutes. See the Rangers, Mariners, Blue Jays, Diamondbacks, and then in about a half an hour, Tigers, Red Sox. Tigers have not really started off the season on fire, but they are 11-10. And your red hot Atlanta Braves, 14-7 against the Phillies at 7:20 tonight Eastern Standard Time. And your finals today, the Pirates have beat the Rays 6-3, and the Nationals did beat the Giants. This is bad news for the Giants. 9-13, they're 6-6 away, and the Nationals are 10-12, flirting with 500. Ray got the loss. He's 2-3, 2.86. Alvarez 1-0 as they scored later in the game. But the Nationals get it done. And the Giants, there's going to be a lot of talk about this new coach from the University of Tennessee baseball team move straight into the coach's chair of the Giants. And that's just something you don't always see. So it's going to be interesting where this ends up. Very interesting. So we'll see. All right, get back on the racing. Maybe Dean got him. I got some coffee. I freshened up the coffee a little bit. Might have heard that brewing in the background. Here we go. Hamlin Bell, Reddick Larson, Gibbs Wallace, Osfar Busher, Briscoe, Keselowski, Elliott, row 6, Herbst. Nice run, Herbst. Cindric, Bowman, Heim. Nice run there for Heim. Priest, Byron, Dylan. So here we go. Elliott backing down that usual position there, Dean, 10th and 11th. Final stage, 95 to go. Let's get that pace car off the track. Let's get going. Oh. Let's get them going. There we go. Green flag dropping just about now. And the gas is going to the floor. Green flag. Can Hamlin own it? Can Larson get back? Already teams bumping out and going around some people. Larson's one of those. He is a fast car today. Already a separation. Larson is Bubba making some nice moves. He's up to third. Got a nice restart. Hamlin, Bell, Wallace, Larson, Reddick, Busher, Keselowski in the top 10 right now. And Bell smoking Hamlin in the corner. Can he hold it? He's got it, I think. And he does. Bell moves to first. Hamlin, Wallace, Reddick, and Larson top 5. Hamlin says, you're not going to get away from me. I'm going to stay caught up. A little bit of separation there to Bubba. Can he hold that? He's got some folks behind him. And then Larson's trying to move up as well. Nice race, though. Nice race. A lot of moving around. Way to go, Bell. Well, I told you they was out to prove something today. That car's been fast all year. They just got caught up in some stuff. But that's been a very strong car, very, very strong. Nothing against the others because they've been strong too. That's kind of car gets out front. You might not be able to get them away from it unless something happens. So Hamlin taking the back seat right now. Get to watch the back bumper of the number 20 car and a little bit of separation going on. And we will see here. Bubba, number 4, passed by Reddick. Reddick making that move. So we will see as it fleshes out. And then they'll open up. It's already like 2 or 3 seconds back to some of these guys. Gibbs, surprising, not really got the speed today I thought he would have. He's ran pretty good all day. Maybe he'll get back up there. Larson putting the heat on Bubba right now. I wouldn't be shocked at this. I don't think that Bubba has the speed to be at number 1, but he's definitely a top 10 car. He just needs to hold it together. Larson is fast, and he's making a move and moving on up, as they say. Coming on up. Answer this text. Can Bell keep it in? Can he hold off Larson, who I think is the fastest car? He just seemed to be fast in the last 2 or 3 weeks. He has just really flexed a little bit. They struggled earlier, but they have shown the speed. They kind of messed up. Oops, dropped my phone. They messed up at the one race late, but they've been fast lately. Reddick has shown himself to be very fast. We will see. A lot to go. 88 to go. A lot of time. A lot of Toyotas. A lot of Toyotas in the top 10. I mean, they're owning the top 10. A couple of Chevrolets, a Ford or 2. So we'll see. Not much change, though. They're dancing around a little bit. It's kind of a Bell. Good for him. So we've seen Hamlin be very strong. We've seen Larson be very strong. And now we get to see Bell flex out and see what they can do. Pedal to the metal. Stay out front. I like it. Baseball, it's now 8-4. Cleveland over the Orioles. Top of the ninth. The Orioles are going to go to 500. Cleveland will be 13-10 unless something changes quick. It's the way it looks. Marlins are 5, Brewers 1, Twins 31 over the Reds. That hasn't changed. Cardinals 41. That hasn't changed. And that Mets game, bottom of the seventh, still 1-0. 1-0. The White Sox 1-0 Athletics. But we will see. The Dodgers 3-1 over the Rockies. 3-1. 3-1. Got a couple more games to come online. Braves tonight. Be anxious watching that game. We'll see. We will see. It's a nice day. All right. Yep, Bell's out front, Dean. Hey, Dean, I got to take a little break. I'm going to actually close the stream for a few minutes, and then I'll be back. I do got to take a break. Thanks for being here with us. We've done over 2 hours. Need to break up the stream anyway. Get them too big. They don't do good out there. Some of them won't load that long. So we'll be back shortly. Keep watching the race and the baseball. And we thank you for watching Wolf Nation Sports. Be back soon.